Live from beautiful Darien, Connecticut, it's Fairfield County Football League action on the DAF Media Network this morning on a beautiful sun-splashed Saturday morning in southwestern Connecticut. It's Darien taking on Fairfield. Hi, everybody. I'm Damian Andrews. So glad you could be with us for this DAF Media broadcast of Fairfield County Football League Senior Division action this morning in Darien, Connecticut. This is a matchup between Darien and Fairfield. And introducing now the gentleman calling the action this morning, Ted Brennan, DAF Media's own, and Tommy Mersine. Gentlemen, what a day for football, 11-on-11 football, and we're ready to roll here on the DAF Media Network.
It is a beautiful day, Damien. A lot of us have missed watching youth football during the day, so should be a good opportunity. Should be a lot of fun.
The head coaches for Darien, or the head coach for Darien, I should say, is Mike Forget, and the head coach for Fairfield is Duncan Della Volpe. Della Volpe used to be a longtime assistant coach at New Canaan High School under Lou Marinelli. And, of course, Mike Forget was longtime defensive coordinator at Darien High School under Rob Trefone, who just stepped down at the end of last season. We are ready to go for some football. Darien will kick off as they won the coin toss, I believe.
I believe so, yeah. They elected to defer. Hayden Hall will be taking the kick here for Darien. And we are underway here on the DAF Media Network as Fairfield finds a hole and gets it to about the 40-yard line. And Tommy, I couldn't picture a better day for some football. A beautiful Saturday morning.
Fantastic. Those kids are happy to get that first hit out of the way, I'm very sure, and hopefully they loosen up and play some good football. It's a beautiful day. Just beautiful. Little unusual playing a senior division game at 9 in the morning, but we'll take what we can get.
I'm sure these boys were excited to get up earlier than they would normally because they're just playing some football here.
They'll play any time.
So Fairfield will start at about the 39-yard line. And that one is incomplete.
Darien always has a lot of skill kids that go through, but this year they have a pretty big line on both sides of the ball. Isn't that right, Ted?
I believe so, yes.
Now Jackson Walsh is tipping the scales at, I think, 320.
One of the things you'll see about this Darien defense is that unlike last season where they had players on both sides of the ball, they're specializing as a muffed snap there. And Darien will get the sack.
I think that was David Ivanchik.
As we're taking a look here.
Long line of sack.
Ivanchik, a long line of Ivanchiks that have been tremendous football players.
It's about the 400th sack of a quarterback by an Ivanchik in Fairfield County history.
It was Mark Ivanchik who broke Dwight Freeney's single-season sack record, I believe.
66.5 sacks.
Dwight Freeney, who played at Syracuse and then spent a long amount of time in the NFL.
And Mark was a third-round pick in the MLL draft this year and played very well.
A completed pass from Hios to Denizumi, but there is a flag on the play.
Looks like a hold, and it looks like it'll be declined, and so that's a good 3-and-out for Darien. It's a nice way to start the senior division of the FCFL for Darien.
Tommy, I look down on the sideline and I see Mike Forget, and he's not someone who I would want to run into in a dark alley.
No.
He looks like he could still get to the quarterback, and he is a big guy. Keeps himself in good shape.
He's a textbook defensive coach, it looks like.
Yep,
you know.
yep.
Definitely probably feeling a lot of pressure being the first year after Coach Trefone, but I think he's done a phenomenal job as the defensive coordinator and definitely ready for the opportunity.
Of course, Coach Rob Trefone built a juggernaut at Darien High School after building a terrific program at Brian McMahon.
Sussman gets that kick away. Horowitz calls for the fair catch. I was able to talk to a couple of the seniors on this team, Teddy Laird, Connor O'Malley, and Alec Washeka, and they have said that the transition from Trefone to Forget has been seamless, and they've been able to run somewhat of a similar offense and defense. And, you know, we look for Darien to be somewhat of the same team as in years past.
Well, continuity is important, and they have a lot of the same assistants on both sides of the football, so hopefully you'll see the continued tradition of a strong football team.
So Miles Drake will take the first snap for Darien, junior quarterback. And he swings that outside to Minikis down the sideline. He'll get the first. And Minikis is another one of those players whose family runs deep here.
Yep, they're like dandelions. They're everywhere. every corner of every field in Darien, there's a Minikis either catching a pass or scoring a goal.
We mentioned Devanchek and Minikis, 4 brothers, and Michael is the last in a long line of talented athletes.
That ball is handed off for a gain of about 4. That was Callum McNear there on the carry, senior running back.
McNear logged some minutes last year, played well for Darien.
Horowitz in motion. But that one is handed off again to McNear. And a good swarm there from Fairfield defenders.
It was a good swarm. The right defensive end for Fairfield lining up offsides. I'm going to watch that, see if the refs call it. It's a lot easier calling a game without the band in front of us.
Oh, it definitely is. Although the band provides some great music, it
Great music.
is easier to see as a little jet pass sweep here. That
Nice.
was number 37, Jeremiah Stafford.
That was a nice tackle by the Fairfield player.
I want to correct myself. I said Michael Minikis. It's Matthew Minikis.
It's easy to get confused.
There's so many of them. It's easy to get confused. You're right. And so Matthew is on the field this morning for Darien. He is the latest and the last in a long line of talented Minikis student athletes here in Darien.
They definitely got their athletic ability from their mom, Mo, who's a terrific player and coach in her own right.
One of the great field hockey coaches in the state of Connecticut.
So after a first down, Darien will be forced to punt here. And a good punt there from Hayden Hall. Forces Fairfield to call for the fair catch at around the 15.
Definitely get a sense of some opening game jitters. Both sides look a little tight. You know, this is the first time they've had a chance to really put pads on and get going here. So I assume things will open up, but a nice beginning for both teams.
Well, certainly following COVID-19 protocol, they haven't done a lot of hitting, certainly in the preseason. And so kind of feeling things out.
So Fairfield will take it from about the 15, it looks like. Quick pass to the outside.
Little bubble screen. Good coverage by Darien.
The quarterback for Fairfield is number 12, Andrew Conklin, the senior. Fairfield is off to a bit of a slow start, and of course, we've mentioned the first game jitters. So Fairfield will be looking to turn it around here.
And again, the Darien program is big enough they're able to platoon offense and defense, which gives the school a real advantage. They do have a swarming defense that's performing very well here.
And another sack is recorded there from Darien. Looked like a combination of Jesse Schutzman and Charles Rooney on the sack there.
Yeah, Schutzman got a couple chances last year and made some big plays towards the end of the season. He's an impressive player.
So Fairfield facing a third down here. Back in their own territory. Conklin down the field, almost
coverage.
intercepted.
Bit of a dangerous pass and very good coverage by Darien.
The intended receiver there was Denizumi, and good coverage from number 7, senior captain Connor O'Malley.
So it looks like 4th and 15. Another good job by stout Darien defense.
Fairfield will bring out the punt team again. Sussman and Minikis and Horowitz will be back for Darien.
Uh-oh.
And that one goes out of the end zone for a safety.
2-0. First points of the year.
And that's how we get started here. A 2-0 lead for Darien early in this first quarter as we take a look. Just a little high for Sussman and went off the hands and out of the back of the end zone.
Early morning, the football was probably a little dewy.
Yeah, plus we had all the rain yesterday. It's slick out there. Although this turf field is in great shape. You know, driving in today, so many turkey bowls on Thanksgiving Day are held in the morning. You got a little bit of that sense, but then obviously no fans in attendance in the stands because of the ongoing pandemic. So a little bit of a different feel, certainly, at game time.
And I think for the senior division, they've waived the minimum play rule for the Fairfield Youth County Football League, which is nice.
Talking a little bit about that fan aspect, it's going to be tougher for these players to kind of get some energy as fans provide a ton of energy for these players.
Yeah, but I remember if I was a senior and I finally got a chance to play after everything that's been going on in the past 6 months, I don't think I'd need much energy other than just being excited to be out there.
Horowitz will take it about the 35. Gets it past the 50 as he's ran out of bounds.
That's late.
And a late flag there on the late hit from O'Connell.
Probably an example of a kid happy to be out here, couldn't turn it off in time. That was not a overly aggressive late hit.
While we have a little break here in the action, I want to give a shout out to our DAF Media production crew, all student volunteers here in Darien. On camera 1, Michael Mercine. Camera 2, our ISO cameras, Davis Depp. Our director this morning is Sarah Bogdan, and our instant replay operator is Mackenzie O'Shea. And, of course, calling the action for you this morning is Ted Brennan.
Damien, again, kudos to you. You put together a great crew. As always, the DAF is an amazing organization, and it's great to give these kids an opportunity.
Well, thank you for saying that, Tommy, and we've been especially busy the last couple of weeks because the high school seasons for a number of sports, soccer, field hockey, girls volleyball, has been condensed, trying to get it all in before the second week of November. So there's been a number of live stream broadcasts that we have produced over the last month.
Drake out of the pocket.
Nice throw.
And completes the pass.
That was good defensive play. Looks like he...
Tommy, Miles Drake brings you, well, Darien has had a number of quarterbacks through the years who are athletic, can get outside the pocket as we take another look at this nice reception here on the far side of the field. But Drake, certainly one of, the latest in a long line of those kind of quarterbacks, kind of a little bit of a dual threat. He's a basketball player, terrific athlete. I told him the other day I think his jump shot's even better than his spiral.
Yeah, it's a little bit like a Silas Wiper.
Exactly. That's a great comparison.
Good, solid all-around athlete, good leader, and a good passer.
So the handoff to Stafford goes for about 1 or 2, if any. But as you mentioned, Miles Drake is one of the few athletes in Darien who is an all-around talent. this year varsity captain for the basketball team, as he swings that outside, corner of the end zone, and it's caught by Jake Horowitz.
Nice play.
Horowitz having himself a game here early on.
It's a good job of Darien taking advantage of a couple of mistakes by Fairfield, and you'd think Horowitz would have a chance, because if I was Fairfield, I would have been prepared for Minikis. He's so dangerous. You're going to want to make sure that he doesn't hurt you.
Great job there by our ISO camera operator, Davis Depp, as you saw that touchdown reception on our instant replay.
Hall will take the kick here. And Darien will take a 9-0 lead here early on in this first quarter.
Tommy, I have to tell you, we were looking at some equipment that we can always add to our broadcasts, and we came across, and the person who I was with said, Tommy would love this. We came across a telestrator that we may try to implement, maybe not this year, but sometime down the road. So that would be a lot of fun.
Reminds me of watching John Madden on
Yeah,
football.
absolutely.
My handwriting is so bad, it would be. It would look like somebody threw linguine on the television screen.
So Darien takes an early 9-0 lead. First touchdown for Mike Forget as the head coach, and he's getting off to a great start early on in his coaching career.
You know, I guess the 7-on-7 leagues would help the kids stay sharp with the execution of the pass plays, etc. It's really in the trenches where they haven't had a lot of work to date.
So Hall will get that away. And Danazumi will get it to about the 35.
We're going to take another look at that touchdown pass catch from a couple different angles here. Nice job there by our crew. And here's from the corner of the end zone.
Little toe tap in there.
That was a nice pattern, getting that separation.
Yeah, great work by our production crew, our director, Sarah Bogdan, and our instant replay operator, Mackenzie O'Shea. It is an absolute perfect morning for football.
Sure is.
The
And a
foliage.
Great setting.
Yep. It's fall in New England, that's for sure.
So Conklin and company will take it at the 35. And a fumble. And Darien say they have it.
I think they do.
That was Imschweiler on the carry, but it looked like it was stripped out. And Darien will recover it. So a couple of early mistakes here from Fairfield.
Again, those are to be expected in the first game of the year with not having the opportunity to scrimmage.
We've seen that, you know, in the first week or two of the NFL.
Oh, definitely.
Not having the ability to, no preseason games, obviously, and then not having the ability to get out there and put shoulder pad to shoulder pad.
Drake will.
Nice ball.
Tommy, he throws a nice ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. It's a very nice ball. And there's pass interference there, I think. No, Damien, you're right. And if you look at the first quarter of the NFL season, it really was. The teams with good coaches, experienced coaches, seem much more prepared than the teams with new coaches, and that kind of makes sense, because when you can't scrimmage and you can't get a chance to see integrate the new guys, it's going to be the ones with the best system that get their team out there performing, and that was certainly the case.
The one exception may be, and I'm sure the Giants and Jets might be kicking themselves, is Matt Rule down in Carolina, who has done an unbelievable job without
Star running back.
Maybe the best offensive player in the league in McCaffrey.
Exactly right.
He's done a great job incorporating Mike Davis into his offense. 3-0 since McCaffrey left, as Preston will take it to the outside, diving for the first down. We'll see if he gets it, but there is a flag on the play.
The way the Jets and the Giants have been playing, it looks either one of these teams looks like they could probably hang with them.
And
combined 0-10.
Amir Preston, another basketball football player here at Darien. Darien in the Darien blue uniforms, and Fairfield in the black with the red trim. Coach Della Volpe, you could hear him all the way on the other side of the field. Not happy with that play.
A great thing about the senior division of the FCFL is that you can get as many kids as possible playing. And if you look on Fairfield, there's a couple kids with white helmets. They are town kids that are playing, having an opportunity to play, and it's really great. Those are helmets are from Fairfield Prep.
Drake will sling that out to Stafford, and Stafford breaks a tackle to the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Jeremiah Stafford. So after a couple of penalties, Darien makes up for it with looked like a bubble screen to Stafford, and Stafford broke a couple tackles and took it all the way to the house.
Darien keeping their foot on the gas here. Good momentum for the home team.
Definitely reminiscent of teams from the past for Darien, getting out to quick early leads. As Hall will try to make it 16-0. And that one is good.
That was almost blocked, but they got that in.
So Darien takes a 16-0 lead here with about 6 minutes remaining here in the first. And Tommy, what have you seen from this Darien team so far?
You know, like most Darien teams, we got a lot of talented kids on the outside, a lot of Division I lacrosse players playing football, and good speed, and definitely taking advantage of every mistake that Fairfield's made. One thing about a Darien team is they're going to be prepared.
So
and, you know, when you play a team like Darien, you can't afford to make mistakes. And so if you're going to give a short field off of a safety and then cough the football up, and you're gonna spotting the other team basically 2 touchdowns. It's tough to compete that way.
So Fairfield will try to shake off some of the mistakes that they made.
One of 2 things can happen. The kids can get down and think it's going to be a blowout, or they can rally and fight back. Let's hope they fight back.
There's still a ton of time here. It is only the first quarter. So Fairfield can't get down on themselves, and they need to tell themselves that there's still a lot of football left to be played.
Exactly.
Not surprising to see a Mike Forget team making its mark on defense here, certainly leading to the offense, a couple of nice offensive touchdowns, but defense getting the job done to get the ball back in the hands of the offense.
And a short kick there from Hall, fielded at about the 28. But a big wrap up there from Charles Rooney. So we take another look. So Fairfield will have it from about the 30-yard line, looking to shake off some of the rust and the jitters and get back into this football game.
This is an important drive for Fairfield. At least put together a few first downs.
Conklin in the offense will trot back on the field. We're going to give that one.
It's going to be hard to do it in 2-yard increments.
I think he just got back to the line. That was number 22, Matt Selka, on the run there. Looks like he just got back to the original line of scrimmage. So they're going to try to change momentum in this game.
I don't think they're going to get a lot of satisfaction going against Walsh and Ivanchik, 320 pounds, and given the kind of an athlete that Ivanchik is.
Play action
There
here.
you go.
And a Good pass there to the big tight end. That's Jack McKenna. And he's a big target for Conklin.
Sure is.
We take a look there.
And that was an important play for Fairfield. Very important.
It was great play design on the play action because Darien sent the heaters, and the running back was able to get a little bit of a block in there to allow Conklin to get outside and find a wide open McKenna. So another run, breaking a tackle is Selka. Gets it close to the first down.
So the Ward offense.
Perks up. You know, one big play can perk them up. And that's what you're seeing.
So about two yards to the first for this Fairfield offense. Conklin drops back.
It's a dangerous throw.
And that was tipped by Charles Rooney. Intended receiver was McKenna again.
McKenna looked open, but the linebacker was dropping right back into that zone, and that was a lucky pass to not be intercepted.
So it'll be 3rd and about 2 or 3.
We've got a break in the action here. 4:23 remaining in the opening quarter. 16-0. Darien leads Fairfield.
Fairfield putting on a nice little bounce back drive here after letting 2 mistakes lead to Darien scores.
And of course the first points of the season for Darien coming by virtue of a safety.
Wouldn't really expect the 2020 football season to start any other way.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. 2020 has certainly been an interesting year.
Yes, it has.
By the way, you were commenting, Tommy, on just the setting here at Stadium Field. It's beautiful, but for those of you who are in Darien, have been on campus, the new cross-country running path is absolutely tremendous. Had the chance to take a stroll myself for the first time. It's about 5 months old now, and it's a great addition to campus. And of course the cross-country program here at Darien High School, which has never really had a home course, now does have a home course. In fact, they've hosted 2 dual meets already this fall and have done quite well. So the running program at Darien High School is terrific.
One of their key runners, Lucas Madriaga, won Rudin Report Player of the Week last week.
Yeah, Lucas is their top runner, and he's the latest in a long line of really talented distance runners from Darien.
It's another great example of the commitment of the town to support athletics. It is a beautiful path. It's great to see that it's not only the high-profile sports, if you will, that get the support, but all the sports across the board. And I think it's a great testament to the work done by the Darien Athletic Foundation and Technology Fund and other parts of town that's supportive of the high school sports.
So the teams have switched sides
I guess
here.
they changed the quarter. Maybe they're keeping the time on the field.
Maybe. And flags are thrown all over the field.
I'm not sure that was a great idea to draw them off, but I think Fairfield might have flinched also.
We'll see what the call is here.
No, they got Darien.
Neutral
Good
zone
job.
infraction. Good job there.
Good job by the coach. That's always been a good way to get a first down on Darien, is go on a long count on 3rd and 4.
So Fairfield will get a first down on the penalty. And they'll have it from about to 28. Conklin. That's McKenna again.
Pass and catch.
I feel like we're going to be calling McKenna's name a lot this morning for this Fairfield offense as we take a look here.
He's a big target.
Another play action there. And that was one of the things that one of the senior defenders, Teddy Laird, mentioned, is that they're going to try to keep McKenna kind of out of this offense, not necessarily super engaged, because they don't want him breaking free as he is a big target. Another play action. And a sliding catch there.
I thought he caught it on first glance.
The turf monster got involved there and broke the play up.
The official was right there, right on the spot. Great position, and so he saw it certainly better than us on the other side of the field. But what a almost terrific catch after he slipped.
Number 75, Cole Murphy, was chasing Conklin out of the pocket there. Almost got him. But Conklin was able to get that pass away. So second down here for Fairfield. And another muffed snap as Conklin goes down.
It's hard to make mistakes against a team like this and hope to keep it a close game.
I believe that was a combination of Cole Murphy and Ryan Blatney getting the sack there. That's Darien's third or fourth sack so far early on in this game.
It's kind of an unforced error on the part of Fairfield. Third and 14.
And that one will be completed, but short of the first down. That was Conklin to Eos.
Laird and Rooney in on the tackle there.
So I guess down 16 points, you're probably going to go for it anyway. So that's 2 down territory.
Yep.
Get half of it back.
So Fairfield will take a time out here.
And you know what? We'll take a quick timeout here on the DAF Media Network. Darien leads Fairfield 16-0 with 2:45 left.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
Back here on the DAF Media Network, where Fairfield is looking to convert on this fourth down here, trying to gain back some momentum. Conklin drops back and just out of reach from Eos, just a little high for his receiver.
Do you think that was to 86? They're both in the same area.
Either way, McKenna or Eos couldn't get there.
Both big, tall receivers.
So the Darien offense will take over from it looks like about the 13 or 14. Darien an early 16-0 lead. We'll see if Darien keeps their foot on the gas pedal. As McNear will take it up the middle. He's bouncing off of tacklers. And he
Tough running.
fights for about 9.
Looks like they're going to move the chains. That's a good run by McNear.
Drake to Horowitz.
That's a beautiful passing catch right there.
I have to tell you, I've been impressed with Horowitz.
Yeah, and he seems to be in a rhythm with Drake, too.
Yeah, they
Ball
definitely.
was right there on the break.
Yep, they definitely have some chemistry.
They're playing like they live on the same street.
Do they?
No, I don't know. They are. They look like, that was the kind of pass that you throw to someone where you say,
Yeah.
go to the fire hydrant and get open.
Yeah.
Drake to Preston. Little basketball teammate connection there.
Yeah, they definitely have some chemistry, the two of them. They play hoops together.
I'd like to remind everyone that the DAF Media Network is a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. So Drake, scramble out of the pocket, breaks a tackle, and will be forced out of bounds at around the 34-yard line.
That was an intelligent move by Drake. Good job.
Yeah, he's a heady football player too, and certainly that's another aspect that he brings to the table, the ability to get outside of the pocket and make something out of a play that
Yeah, he pulled that down with conviction, and when you do
Yep.
that, it makes the receiver slightly harder to cover.
And that one is incomplete. Fairfield sent the house there to try to get Drake out of a rhythm. And as we mentioned previously, with Drake pulling that ball down, kind of reminds me a little bit of Jack Joyce from a few years ago. He was a great dual threat quarterback for Darien in his senior year, and Drake is only a junior, so he'll have at least 2 more years here. McNear with another handoff.
Nice run by McNear.
McNear is a big body.
He's a strong kid. He delivered the blow on the linebacker there.
since we're making comparisons, he's a little like Mitch Pryor was a few years back, kind of north-south guy, strong, tough.
Very much so. Good
Drake out of the pocket again. Horowitz, almost a one-handed grab. And that'll end the first quarter, it looks like, almost.
I mentioned Mitchell Pryor playing at Vanderbilt.
That's
and,
right.
And making an impact.
Great story. Great kid, hard worker.
Was he a preferred walk-on, or did he just go down there and walk? He was a preferred walk-on, right?
Yeah. You know, another kid from Darien who's going to get a shot is Rolap.
Yeah.
Drew Rolap is. I saw some tape. He had a nice touchdown catch in a scrimmage for Michigan this last week.
Yep.
After doing a PG year, he has a great opportunity, and I think he'll do very well at Michigan.
Both Rolap and Pryor played on this football field. They also played on the basketball court together.
And then Michigan's got Andrew Stuber, who, if he stays healthy, will be playing on Sundays next year.
Coming back from a ACL tear, I believe.
Andrew Stuber, Tommy, you can't teach size, and speed kills.
He has the feet of a tennis player, and he's 6'7",
Yep.
330 pounds.
Yep.
He's
A nice and a nice kid.
Wonderful kid.
McNear in motion. Drake to Horowitz. Horowitz has it.
It's a hell of a combination right there. Good job.
And a flag is down.
And I think that's going to be defensive pass interference.
Yeah, I think you're right.
As we look here, with the defender draped all over him. Might have gotten some of the shirt there. But just a great catch there from Horowitz.
Wonderful throw, wonderful catch.
We've talked about that connection. So Darien will have it at the 1 yard line.
And I don't think they're going to change sides. I think they did that early in the last quarter, so they're going to keep the direction the same way.
And touchdown, Matthew Minikis. Miles Drake to Minikis. Throws his 3rd touchdown pass of the day.
That's a great timing pattern. Minikis just had a couple of steps on the D-back, and it was an easy touchdown.
So Miles Drake showing out in his first 11-on-11 game here. Already 3 touchdown passes early on to 3 different receivers nonetheless.
That's right.
Getting everybody involved. And Hall will look to make it 23-0. Kick is up. And it's through. 23-0. Darien has a commanding lead.
Impressive start for Darien. No doubt about that. And again, can't let a good program like this take advantage of mistakes, because if you do, they're just gonna kill you.
In talking with 2 of the senior captains, Connor O'Malley and Alec Washeka, they both mentioned that, you know, it's tough coming into 11-on-11, not knowing what you're going to see from a Fairfield team, but so far they've been doing a great job of containing their offense.
Well, they've had a lot of time to prepare. And again, this is a solid program with a lot of kids coming up, so you're going to have a good depth of kids that know what they're doing, and that's always nice for a coach to have to work with.
Another low kick from Hall. And Danzumi will be run out at around the 45-yard line.
Nice return by Fairfield.
So Hall last year, not one to do the kicking or the kickoff duties, mainly their punter last year, but their normal kicker, Garrett Martin, transferred school, so Hall was thrust upon into the kicking duties.
Feels like he's still figuring it out. But good job so far on the extra points, for sure.
Conklin drops back, and he's going to get swarmed again from Blatney.
Ivanchik in there, too.
Excuse me, yeah, that was just Ivanchik. That number 9 from Ivanchik.
You had all 4 of your linemen in 4-point stances, and they were just coming right from the get-go.
So Darien doing a great job of breaking through this Fairfield line.
Which that's a defense you want to throw a screen pass against if you're a coach, if you have it in the repertoire.
Conklin.
Like there.
You just called it, but
I
that
did,
one
the
goes nowhere. Selka unable to get anything doing.
And that's a good job by the linebackers of sniffing it out. But yes, that was a good call and a good job defending it. And as we used to say, it's tough to be a good football coach and call 3rd and 15 plays. It's much easier to be a good football coach and call 3rd and 2. 3rd and 15 is a tough situation to mastermind.
On the last 3rd and 2 that they had, or it was about a 3rd and 4, they got Darien to jump a little bit.
That's right.
It'll be much harder to get Darien to jump here, and on 3rd and 15. Conklin drops back. And that one is tipped by number 22, Christian Allegro.
Allegro's had a couple of nice defensive plays. You know who's not going to be calling a lot of 3rd and 15 plays now, Tommy, moving forward in the NFL season? Andy Reid. You already have a loaded offense, and then you just get a guy who's hungry and wants to contribute in Le'Veon Bell.
The Jets gave him to him for free.
They did. Yep.
So Sussman will be back on the field here. Gets that one away. That's Minikiss on the return.
He's a shifty kid.
Much like his brother Michael and Brian. They did some returning duties for Darien here. So this Darien offense will take over once again. This time from about the 34. High snap, Drake able to get it. McNear stumbles a little bit, only gets back to the original line. Good defense there from Fairfield.
It looks like the turf is a little slick this morning with the morning dew and the rain from yesterday.
Second down here. Drake looking for Preston, and Preston's got it. Taking it down. Touchdown, Amir Preston. Miles Drake, 4 touchdown passes early on as we take a look here. Preston just breaking away from Michael Selka.
Selka almost had him, and then Preston just kicked it up a notch and shifted.
So Darien, 29-0. Hall is going to look to make it 30-0. And Darien's offense has put on a show here.
Clearly that 7-on-7 has paid some dividends.
And that might have been tipped there.
Yeah, it was a low kick and it was tipped.
So the score remains 29-0.
And we'll take a quick break here. We are live in Darien, Connecticut for some Fairfield County Football League action between Darien and Fairfield. And Darien leads Fairfield 29-0.
Back here on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Darien leads Fairfield 29-0. And a good kick there from Hall.
Nice tackle by Darien.
That was Jake Wade, number 54.
Definitely the kind of start that Coach Forget was looking for, and probably not the start that Fairfield was looking for. Let's see if they can pull it together here and put something together on offense.
If you're Mike Forget, I don't think you could have asked for a better start here.
That's right.
Forcing an early miscue on that safety and then followed up by 4 straight touchdowns. Conklin.
Nice pass. About a 6-yard gain.
Eos came up with that one.
And that's what Fairfield's going to have to do. Just get a rhythm going. You're only going to get back in this game, you know, one play at a time, one score at a time, and settle down a little bit and just try to get enough confidence to hopefully create some mistakes on Darien and exploit some opportunities and make it a football game.
Conklin avoids the sack, but a jump throw intended for Eos. And a flag is thrown there.
A little bit of extracurricular activity on the line.
So, Tommy, if you're Fairfield, what are you doing to clean up some of these mistakes?
I'm just keeping it simple. I'm going back to basics. I'm trying to make sure that I can get my kids' confidence. I thought that first play was, you know, short slants. If you can get 4 yards on a run, do it. But probably go to 86 as much as I could. I have to hit him. He was open enough.
Just a little high.
Yep.
Kind of a misthrow into no man's land. Lucky that one fell harmlessly.
It's a tough throw for a righty to make when he's rolling out left. It's the hardest throw for a high school quarterback to make, but I think he could have gotten it in there. So now we're going to 2nd and 10.
So 2nd and 10 for this Fairfield offense that really hasn't amassed much except for that one drive that
Petered out at about the 7-yard line, right?
Exactly. And another sack there from this Darien defensive line. That's number 25, Charlie Silsby. So we take a look there. It's a straight-on blitz.
I don't think a straight drop's going to work unless it's a really short slant. The Darien line is getting too much penetration.
Want to thank everybody, all our viewers, for tuning in to this DAF Media broadcast of the senior division of the Fairfield County Football League between Darien and Fairfield.
Conklin. Long ball, almost intercepted. Looked like it was tipped between Eos and Alec Medwar.
Well covered there by Darien. As Tommy mentioned, a lot of these kids on the Fairfield team are from Fairfield Ward and Fairfield Prep.
So another drive and another suspend punt for Fairfield. Minikis finds a hole. He's going to get to that outside.
Oh, boy.
There goes Minikis. And Sussman was able to get him out. But that was a great return there from Minikis, who looked dead to rights there at around the 14-yard line.
Matthew Minikis, number 6, just a junior. He has another year.
Yeah, Coach Forger's got to be happy. He's got a lot of young kids. A lot of juniors contributing out here.
Yep.
Already mentioned Drake, Minikis, Stafford, and so many others.
It's just great that the seniors are getting a chance to play.
No, absolutely.
I can't imagine what it would be like to not have a chance to culminate your career.
Another jet pass sweep to Horowitz, and he will be wrapped up.
Well defended.
That may have been the first play that Horowitz didn't make.
That might be the first play for a loss this game for Darien.
Yep.
But again, it's really important for Fairfield to get a stop here.
Darien up 29-0.
So Darien's actually brought in their second string quarterback, number 16, Connor Palin, another junior. It'll be another run play.
Had the chance to see Palin play some 7-on-7 against New Canaan last week at Dunning Field in New Canaan, and he spins it.
He throws a nice ball too.
Yep.
He does. It was a close competition.
Yep, and he stands tall in the pocket.
Yep. It's kind of a 1A, 1B situation,
Yep.
which is a high-class problem for Coach Forget.
Palin gets that one.
Threaded it nicely.
Tommy, those are the kind of problems that are good to have as a football
Yes,
coach,
they are.
aren't they?
Yes, they are. And again, kudos to the DJFL as a whole, because anytime you can deliver 30, 40, 50 kids into a grade that enjoyed youth football, you're going to have a good chance at a strong program, and that's basically what's been going on with Darien for the past 10 years.
Palin hit as he's thrown.
And did a nice job getting rid of it, and a good stop by Fairfield.
It was intended for number 5, Chris Murray. But a good defensive stand there from Fairfield after the Minikis punt return.
And it looks like Coach Forget might have subbed more than just the quarterback in there. It looked like they had some second-team players in there across the board.
It's always nice to see some of the other players getting some reps,
Absolutely.
especially in times like these when you don't know if you're going to be able to put the pads on again.
That's right. It's important to get tape on as many kids as you can in a game situation, you know.
Conklin, another
There's the
screen
screen.
pass. Too far for Selka. That's Matt Selka.
Well, if this is what the weekend has in store for us weather-wise, it's going to be a nice weekend because it's absolutely beautiful out here.
It is perfect.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but on the field, one of the Darien coaches yelled, "There are no fans here. I should hear all of you yelling screen."
He's right. And that's how you want to use number 86. That's exactly what Fairfield needs to do to establish a rhythm and have a shot to keep this game close.
That's the big body of Jack McKenna.
Yeah, you can probably hear some of the coaches through our mics.
That's right.
When we're live. Again, no fans in the stands here at Stadium Field. Great venue.
This was what the crowd was like in most of my high school games anyway. Back in Westchester County.
So third down here. And that one is intended for McKenna again.
You know, I know you don't like talking about this, but it had to be fun playing in the game.
Oh, it was great. Except we lost. My senior year we lost, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, walking out into a crowd of 40 or 50,000 people.
Yeah.
Is a great feeling.
Tommy, of course, played his college ball at Yale.
I have a nephew there now, so as a third generation. His name is Ben Mann, and he's a freshman tight end. He's going to be a terrific player.
So fourth down for Fairfield. McKenna to the sideline.
Not going to happen. Very close, but turnover on downs.
Going to be a terrific player. Going to get an even better education.
Yep,
And,
let's hope.
Terrific institution. Went by the. I have never seen a game inside the Yale Bowl, but have been in and around it many times because I used to cover the tennis tournament that was held there. Now it's just a women's tour event. It used to be.
It was a warm up for the Open.
It was it was a warm up for the Open. Yep, it was a warm up for the Open. I think it's now called the Connecticut Open.
Used to be like the Pilot Pen.
It was the
Open
Pilot Pen.
Right?
It was the Pilot Pen for many, many years, just like the Greater Hartford Open is now the Travelers, and some terrific events, pro events in Connecticut.
So Palin, it is he's thrown.
Good penetration. They finally put turf in the Yale Bowl. If you've never been to a game, it's actually was built before the Rose Bowl. It's a pretty remarkable structure, and it's a fun place to play. It can feel lonely when you're playing Columbia and there's 4,000 people in a 70,000 seat stadium. So it does get a little lonely sometimes on Saturdays in the games. And most of the students are in the library, not at the game.
Of course, the Giants used to play there years and years ago.
Oh, big hit there.
You mentioned the Rose Bowl. That's one venue I have been in on a couple occasions. In fact, had the chance my senior year in college to cover the '95 Rose Bowl between Penn State and Oregon.
Damien and his Penn State.
That's when Penn State had Kerry Collins was the quarterback, Kajana Carter, who was the #1 draft pick by the Bengals and then blew out his knee. Never was the same. Was terrific running back. They had Kyle Brady was their tight end, and then they had a couple of receivers, and Bobby Engram, who played for the Seahawks and Bears, among other teams in the NFL, and a guy by the name of Freddie Scott, who also played in the NFL. That's back, Tommy, when they started calling it Air Paterno because they threw the ball so much. They had never thrown it as much because they always had backs like Kurt Warner and Blair Thomas and DJ Dozier.
And linebackers.
Yeah.
Palin got
nice
that
catch.
one to Bolton.
Wow.
That was a really
silly
take another
look at that?
Yes, that was a silly penalty that Fairfield had the last play. They stopped the runner cold. And
so we take a look.
That is a highlight reel.
Great catch.
Let's take another look at that catch again from the same angle and maybe from that end zone camera if we can. There we go. This is a terrific catch. Wow.
Bolton was looking directly into the sun.
Great focus.
Bobbled it once, but brought it in with two defenders right there, bringing him down.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to our DAF Media production crew. All student volunteers do a terrific job on each and every broadcast that we do. Camera 1 operator Michael Mercine. Camera 2 is Davis Depp. Sarah Bogdan is our director, and Mackenzie O'Shea is our instant replay operator.
Doing a great job bringing you all the shots from today, especially that last replay.
And, of course, our very own Ted Brennan calling the action for you this morning here at Stadium Field, live on the DAF Media Network.
Palin will look to cap off this drive. Tried to go right back to Bolton, just a little high. So about 2 seconds remain in the half here. Palin looking to cap off an excellent drive with a touchdown.
Was kept alive again by a really kind of silly mistake by Fairfield. They had a nice stop on a 3rd and 5, and they had a personal foul for a late hit, which when you're losing 29-0 is not something you can afford to do. Although I understand the frustration that the kids probably have.
2 ticks left on the clock here, and Darien up comfortably 29-0.
I wouldn't exactly call it a conundrum, but I wonder what you do. Do you really want to score and go in up more than 30, or just run it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Knowing Coach Forget, I think they'll go for the touchdown.
Not
in a bad way.
Right.
I think it would be unlike a Darien team to kind of
Not go for the touchdown.
not go for the touchdown. We've seen in years past situations like these, they keep their foot on the gas pedal.
Yep, I think that's the right thing to do. We need to let the kids play. I mean, that's why we're here.
I'm sure it's more, a little bit of an experience thing for Palin when he's close to the end zone trying to get that one in there. So we'll see here.
Trips out to the right.
Nice catch.
And that's a touchdown.
Beautiful catch there from Jake Horowitz.
Horowitz had a great first half.
This is his second touchdown of the day as we take a look here.
Great work by our crew there. Nice job.
Great camera work.
Yep.
Little back shoulder catch there. So Palin will get his first touchdown throw of the day. Horowitz adds to his already stellar first half.
I think Coach Forget has to be happy with the performance of his team in his first half as head coach.
So Hall will get that kick in. And it is 36 or 35-0 here.
And that'll do it for the first half. We will take a break in our broadcast. You are watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Again, Darien leads Fairfield at the half of this Fairfield County Football League game, 35-0. We'll be back with more action.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. All made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
I'm proud of the work the Darien Foundation has done over the past 20 years. If you live here, our work has likely impacted you, your family, and your neighbors. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4.2 million in grants, which create opportunity for Darien's youth, support our town's safety and security services, and enhance the overall quality of life in Darien through collaboration with community organizations.
As a family that's relatively new to town and planning to make this our long-term home, I'm grateful to see my community and my family benefit from the Darien Foundation. When I learned that the edible gardens at the elementary schools, the generator at the Darien Library, and the playground by the Sound were all funded by the same organization, I raised my hand to get involved. I'm proud to support an organization whose impact I see every day in our schools and throughout our community.
So far this year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $138,000 in grants to enhance our community. In 2013, the Darien Community Association opened a 4-acre bird sanctuary thanks to a grant from the Darien Foundation. The serene wooded glade has attracted numerous birds, bees, and butterflies, as well as more than 200 school children and other visitors. This year, they added a new pondless waterfall, as well as more trees, plantings, signage, and benches. In 1976, the Darien Historical Society and Darien High School students built the Middlesex, an authentic replica of the 18th century whaleboats. These were used by local patriots in the Revolutionary War to fight the British Navy in Long Island Sound. The Darien Historical Society is restoring this artifact so that it can be part of Darien's upcoming 2020 bicentennial celebrations. The live turtle exhibit continues to be the most popular attraction for children at the Darien Nature Center, which welcomes over 16,000 visits annually. A new forest and pond ecosystem will allow visitors to engage with several species of turtle that will live together in a 50 square foot habitat that resembles their natural home.
This has been such a special collaboration between the Darien Nature Center and the Darien Foundation, because not only have they provided generous funding to us, but we've been able to meet with members of the foundation and our staff and talk about what is going to make the very best exhibit for the town of Darien, and we've really added value to the process by doing that.
The vast majority of food distributed by Person to Person is donated from local suppliers and businesses. A group of dedicated volunteers drives the brand new cargo van on these daily rounds, which each year account for more than $100,000 in collected food. Person to Person also has an extensive youth program, offering many Darien High School and middle school students their first experiences at volunteering.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have a beautiful new van. We're very excited about it, not only because it's new and it's safe for those who are riding in it and driving and going to pick up all the food, but also it speaks to the support of the Darien Foundation, as well as speaks to what Person to Person does in the community.
For more than 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien, offering our town's youth, emergency services, and community organizations an avenue to pursue innovation and excellence. Collaboration with you, the members of our community, has been vital to our mission. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew alongside Ted Brennan and Tommy Mersine. Darien up on Fairfield 36-0 in Fairfield County Football League action this morning here in Darien, Connecticut. And I'll turn it back over to our play-by-play guy, Ted Brennan.
Thank you, Damian. So Darien deferred in that first half, so they'll take the second half kickoff. That one's fielded by Preston. And a good tackle there as Preston will take it to about the 29-yard line. And Tommy, in the first half, we saw a somewhat high-flying Darien offense, a lot of pass plays.
Yeah, that's what they do. You know, you've got 7-on-7. You've got a great passing offense. You're able to platoon. You've got talented linemen that haven't played yet, and they took advantage of every single mistake that Fairfield made, and hence, you know, probably 3 scores off of mistakes, and you just cannot afford to make a mistake against a team like Darien when they have such a stout defense, which Forget is known for his great defenses. And so here we are, 36-0.
So Palin will start the second half. And a fumble.
There you go. And so you're going to get a lot of kids a chance to play, and this senior division is, at least at Darien, all juniors and seniors, so you not have as many kids out there as you normally would. So you're going to get a lot of kids playing time, and unless they go back to playing their first team, I'm assuming you'll see a fair number of mistakes here, which will enable Fairfield to keep it close.
So Darien, off of the fumble, gives Fairfield that ball right about the 27-yard line. So Fairfield's got some great starting field position, looking to put some points on the board, get rid of this goose egg. As Conklin
intercepted.
Never mind, I guess. Thrown right into the hands. So we take a look here.
That's Allegro.
Yep. It's a beautiful play.
Christian Allegro has made some nice plays this afternoon, or this morning, I should say, for Darien. He's come up big on defense for them, and another big play there, the interception.
He was draped all over McKenna, the intended target there.
And again, first game of the year, you know, especially for a new quarterback, they're not going to read progressions like they would later in the season. They're not going to have a chance on 11-11. So he was staring at 86 the whole time, and it was clear that the safety just got into a position where they could just fight for the football because the quarterback's eyes were on 86 the whole time. But
So
great play nonetheless.
So Darien's backed up.
Good tackle.
That was Maraja on the carry.
Kenyon had a great tackle there.
Great name, even better play.
Yeah.
Kenyon, how about that? You know, it's funny. I feel like Tommy Fairfield has strung together some plays. They just make mistakes, kind of shoot themselves in the foot, if you will.
Palin drops back.
Miscommunication there.
Intended receiver was number 15, Dougie Brown. Dougie actually did some place-kicking duties last year. Series now rostered as a tight end.
I had the chance to talk to Dougie the other day, and Dougie, of course, loves playing rugby in the spring. Did not get that chance this past spring, obviously, because of the pandemic, but nice to see him out on the football field. Good rugby player.
Palin
looks a little short of the first down.
Hits his receiver, Carson Kelly, but as Tommy mentioned, it's going to be short. So Hall will come on to punt the ball away.
Danazuma in on the play there for Fairfield, number 23.
Danazumi will be back to return this Hall punt. And he gets this one away. And he will get look at the friendly roll.
Sure, about a 38-yard punt.
And Fairfield will take over right about midfield. So they will look to shake off the interception and try to get some points here. Or at the very least, try to have a solid drive with very little mistakes. Conklin hands that one off to Selka, who's tackled for a loss.
That was a nice tackle by Jake Wade.
Yeah, Wade with a nice pursuit there. Closed fast. Busted through the line. Our DAF Media production crew doing a tremendous job this morning, bringing you this live action from the Fairfield County Football League. Game between Darien and Fairfield. Michael Mercine, Davis Depp, Sarah Bogdan, and Mackenzie O'Shea, and of course our Ted Brennan calling the action for you.
That's a nice pass. And
Conklin gets it to
there you
McKenna.
You knew that was going to happen at some point. There's a nice throw and a beautiful catch.
As we look here, just a great throw as McKenna was wide open.
Great camera work by our Davis Depp on ISO camera there.
That's the second big play there from McKenna and Conklin.
You like McKenna, Tommy. That you pointed him out earlier
He's
as
a big,
as
tall
a target.
kid.
Yeah.
You know, he looks like a good athlete. The problem is if you're only going to throw to him and stare at him the whole time, is not that hard to
Yeah,
cover.
right.
So they're going to have to.
He was able to get open there for another big play. Another play action.
No.
Thrown right into the hands of the Darien defense. That's number
Charles
20,
Rooney.
Charles Rooney, he's had a couple tackles today, gets his first interception and brings that one back to midfield.
There's a flag down. I bet you there's a block in the back or something around the 20-yard line on the and again, mistakes are going to kill you in a game like this. True momentum stopper. But you couldn't ask for a more beautiful day, could you, guys?
Big, you know, Tommy, I want to thank you for being here this morning. And as you have one of a number of volunteers in the community that have done some great work on our broadcasts, and we certainly appreciate it. And especially for joining us today because it is such a beautiful day, and I know you like being on that golf course. Well, you might have to figure out a way to get on it sometime today or this weekend.
I owe my dad an apology because we were supposed to play, and when I found out Michael was doing the camera work and that the game was at 9 a.m., I sort of rearranged a few priorities, and I'm here. But I've missed football, and it's such a beautiful Saturday that I'm grateful for the opportunity just to be outside and watch some senior division Fairfield County football.
Yep.
We just had a great look there at that Rooney interception as the Darien offense gets going. That's number 32 on that carry, Teague Kaminsky. He had the fumble earlier and making up for it with a solid 10-yard run. Give it again to Kaminsky, and he stopped behind the line. There is a flag, and we will see what all of this is about.
Usually where our hold is. Let's see what the call is.
So the Darien offense will be backed up a little bit after that penalty. Darien is running a 2 running back set in there, as Palin will swing that out to the outside.
So they got the holding penalty back, putting 2nd and 11.
That was number 5, Chris Murray, on the catch there.
So you have a good chance today to get a bunch of kids playing time, a bunch of kids film. It sets you up nicely for the rest of the year.
And
The Turf Monster made another play.
Kaminsky slips there. And we've mentioned all game that it's a little slippery, a little wet out here. Saw it earlier in the first half when Turf Monster got Eos, and now it's gotten Kaminsky here.
That's right. So 3rd and 15.
Darien will look to get something here as Palin drops back.
3-man rush.
Slings it down the field. Too high for the tight end, Doug Brown. So it'll be 4th and 15 as the punt team will be brought on.
There was a little jostling downfield on that pass. Probably a good no call by the officials.
It looked to be out of the reach.
I think that's right, yeah.
Out of Brown. So good no call, as you mentioned. And Hall will be back on to take the kick again. And another nice kick down the field. But that one will roll out of bounds.
So Fairfield will start on about the 45. We'll see if they can put something together here. Get a little confidence, maybe build on.
The last 2 drives they've had have ended in interceptions.
Yep.
So they're looking to get some momentum back, get some confidence back, and try to just have a somewhat of a mistake-free drive that doesn't end in a turnover.
Yeah, Fairfield's playing more like this is the first time they've been in 11-on-11 on pads than Darien is. They're clearly making some decisions that you're probably not going to make later in the year as it relates to who you throw the ball to. And I'm sure they'll work it all out.
Well, Coach Della Volpe is a offensive guy. He was an offensive coordinator at New Canaan. Coached a lot of the offense under Coach Marinelli for a number of years before taking the head job at Fairfield Ward.
There's a lot to build on. They'll watch the tape and they'll see a couple things that they could do slightly differently, and they're not that far away from being a very, very capable offensive team.
And Selka got that one to the outside, and a late flag there.
Will Gallagher lost his helmet, the senior for Fairfield.
And as this game has gone on, it's gotten a little chippier.
Yeah, 36-0 in the beginning of the third. It's a little tough for the ref's going to have to keep it under control. I would imagine that in the middle end of October, there's a little bit of pent-up desire to hit people after basically being out of commission since March if you're most of these athletes.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's definitely some wanting to hit some people. I know we saw it in the first half after a player was dragged down out of bounds a little late. Sometimes it's just hard to turn it off, but you know, if you're each team, you gotta find that right balance. Can't be taking these penalties.
I mean, Damien, in my house, I'd welcome the opportunity to hit somebody on another team after 6 months of quarantine. So I understand, certainly understand. Oh, that was a beautiful pass.
Conklin had McKenna, a sturdy target all game, just hit him in the numbers.
I think McKenna was surprised.
McKenna was looking at the end zone.
Yeah. He was
and
thinking about it.
Yep, he was thinking about the end zone. I think that was a psychological thing because he hit him right in stride, and he just right in the breadbasket there, and he just dropped it.
It looks like it would have come back anyway. There's a flag on the play.
Hit him right in the numbers. Right in between that 8'6".
How tall is he? 6'5"?
He's probably about 6'5", 6'6". So he is a big target.
Fairfield in the black uniforms with the white numbers and the red trim. They're moving from right to left on your screen. And Darien in the blue uniforms with the white numbers.
The red trim is a nice addition to this Ward uniforms color scheme. And Conklin will be brought down.
Nice combination there by Ivanchik.
And that's number 44, Matthew Burke.
Matthew Burke, yep. Good job.
He got some playing time last year.
There's Ivanchik right there. Blatney, though, great pursuit on the outside.
And Darien has the traditional Darien youth football script on their helmet.
Most of these players have come up through the DJFL.
That's right.
The Darien Junior Football League.
I remember playing with a couple of these guys when we were in 4th and 5th grade, just starting out in the program. And it's crazy to see them here as Conklin will hand that one off. That's Danazumi, who's hit behind the line. And you can hear the Darien sideline barking. I believe that was Matt Burke again on the tackle.
Yeah, it's 3rd and about 1,000.
I don't know if the two of you saw this, but I thought Danazumi turned his ankle really good. He stumbled, and but he was able to maintain his balance, and
looked like.
But that looked like it.
Is lined up on that far side of your screen. As Conklin will take another hit. That's number 36, Jake Viro. As we take a look here, untouched.
Yeah, that was a breakdown in pass protection for sure. It was a clean shot. It was a clean kill shot.
Nobody even saw Viro break through there. That's probably the easiest sack of his career right there. So Stafford and Horwitz will field this kick from Sussman here. As Darien still has a big 36-0 lead here. And Sussman, bit of a shank there, only gets to about the 50-yard line. And that perfectly encapsulates Fairfield's game so far. Just unable to get anything going with a couple mistakes here and there. About a minute remains here in this third quarter.
Relatively uneventful. But again, Coach Forget has to feel good about the performance of this senior division team in their first true 11 on 11.
Actually looks like it's going to be the fourth quarter. They just switched that on the scoreboard for us.
Well, I think they go to running time, although I don't know what rules they're playing under.
Normally, if a team is up 35, I believe you're right, it does go to a running clock. So the fourth quarter will begin here on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Darien makes its third quarterbacking switch of the day. Ryan Yusko, the senior, will check in. Getting some reps here.
And as Tommy mentioned earlier in the broadcast, you like to see the seniors get an opportunity to partake
Absolutely
in their senior year. And number 17 having at it here in the fourth quarter. It'll be running clock. Darien up comfortably, 36-0.
That last carry was by Jamal Maraja. And he'll get another carry here. And he's had a tough time finding some holes here.
You know, now's just a good opportunity to get a chance to watch kids play that aren't going to get, in a tight game they might not get in. And you can learn something that you might need to know later in the season as the year progresses and people get hurt.
Third down here for Darien. Yusko chased out of the pocket. And that one will hit his receiver. It'll hit Brown right in the hands, but Brown was unable to hold on to it. So Darien, a 3 and out here. Offense is ground to a relative halt here. And Hall will try and boot this one away. And he'll get this one away. Another friendly bounce. And that'll roll all the way to the 7. So Hall.
Nice punt.
Good punt. Good roll.
2 friendly roll punts here. Doing a good job. So the Fairfield offense will take over at the 7-yard line.
Bit of a long day for the Fairfield offense so far. Every time they've started to gather the semblance of a momentum, it's been stalled by a mistake of one kind or another. It looks like there's a new quarterback.
And they'll unload down for Selka. Or excuse me, that was Danzumi. Just out of reach. That was number 2. It looks to be Hios, who's played a little receiver today. And he's got a big arm.
Yeah, that was a nice throw. Looked very natural.
And he'll hit his receiver right in the numbers. That's Lucas Coleman, a sophomore.
He throws like a baseball player. He's got a good arm.
Hit him right in the 4.
Just a sophomore. Number of underclassmen on this Fairfield roster as well. Tommy was talking about the underclassmen on the Darien roster. Number of underclassmen on this Fairfield roster, so Coach Della Volpe certainly has something to build on for the future.
No question. Third and 10. See if they can put something together.
Hios drops back. He's got a cannon.
He does.
That one hit McKenna.
He's bounced 2 balls off of players. It definitely comes in a slightly different trajectory than the other quarterback.
Conklin, yeah. I'm sure it's a little tough for all of a sudden to have a quarterback who throws it with a little less zing to go to Hios, who fires each pass in there. So Sussman will take the punt here, and another safety. Just like this game started.
Yeah.
The second safety of the day for Darien. That's something you just don't want to see if you're Ward. It happened once. Now it's happened twice.
I said Hios was a sophomore. He's actually a junior. So he'll have one more year at Fairfield Ward. Wind starting to pick up a little bit here at Stadium Field. As Darien up 38-0 after that safety. You are watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation, the Darien Foundation, our production crew, all student volunteers, Michael Mercine, Davis Depp, Sarah Bogdan, Mackenzie O'Shea, and of course Ted Brennan, who's been calling the action this morning for all our viewers out there. Want to thank you for making us a part of your morning.
And another low kick there. And Ward says
that
they
might
have
be
it.
Ward football. Yep, it is. Well, that was a unconventional onside kick on a punt after a safety. That might be the first one of its kind.
This game just keeps
I've
getting
seen something new here.
You might even hear a play-by-play guy call it a 55-yard line.
Exactly.
That was around the 55, I
about
think.
the 55, yeah.
Ted, our inside joke there. I was calling a game last year with Tommy, and had a total brain lapse, and I said it crossed the 50 to the 55, and Tommy had a lot of fun with that.
We have our moments, don't we?
Yep, we certainly do.
And the carry there from Will Imschweiler. I'm sure the viewers at home, they know I've made a few mistakes here and there.
And you know what's funny about that, Tommy? My oldest son, who's a big sports fan, big football fan, he called me on that when I got home that night. He said, "Dad, how could you do that?"
Well, in Canada they have one, I believe.
They
so.
do. They do.
Just tell me you thought it was Canadian football. This is the kind of day where I say to my wife every 5 minutes, "Gosh, it's beautiful out." She says, "You said that already."
Yeah.
And Imschweiler will take it to the first down. For the viewers at home, you guys can't see this, but we're looking out. As we look over this football field, we can see the changing of the leaves. A nice array of green, orange, yellow, and red on another beautiful day here.
Ted, I was looking at your notes, which you are well researched for this game, and the comment by Coach Forget. Not a lot of two-way players this year. Not that we've seen it a whole lot from Darien in the past, but you do have some athletes that go on both sides of the ball. But
I mean, yeah, we saw it last year with Sam Wilson. He was a linebacker and then used in some short yardage running back situations. Same thing with Connor O'Malley. He was a defensive back and used in goal line. So you don't see a ton of it now on this Forget team, as they have enough players. Tommy's mentioned this a lot. They have enough players to kind of platoon, and hopefully that'll.
It becomes a huge advantage in tight football games when you're going with fresher legs on both sides of the ball. And most high schools are going to play their best kids both ways.
Yep.
That was a nice pass
Eos
there for the first down.
Eos was able to get his first down there on the throw there. Drops back. Breaks a sack. He's going to run with it. And he's going to take that one to the 10, to the end zone. Zach Eos, although there is a flag.
I think they're going to call it back for a very stupid block, unfortunately, for Fairfield.
And that would negate a terrific run by Eos.
See it on Eos right there. You saw it on his screen. Just collapsed right there.
It's a great run.
As we take a look here. Yeah, I think you just saw it.
Right there.
Looked like there was probably one or two silly little blocks.
Well, a couple of years ago that would have been fine, but now the refs are appropriately trying to prevent kids from making hits off the ball where it doesn't impact the outcome of the play. I think that's a smart thing to do, but again, you've got a 16, 17-year-old kid who's been in his house for 6 months. He's going to take a shot to hit somebody if he can.
Regardless of the penalty there, that was still beautiful. It was a broken down play, got rid of, broken couple sacks, and he's gonna run here again. And we saw him.
He's gaining confidence.
No question.
Yeah.
I was just thinking the same thing. He's a dual threat guy. Throws a nice ball and can use his legs.
We saw him lined up earlier as a wideout when Conklin was playing QB. So having a dual threat like him playing wideout and QB, and having him as a good arm and a good running option is something that this Ward offense should definitely try to incorporate a little bit more.
I think they've learned something today. Ward has. This is an impressive quarterback.
Dan Azumi has had a good game for Fairfield Ward.
And it's good to see you get a little momentum. You don't want a team to go home with nothing to be happy about. It's a long year. It's the first game. So learning something, finding a good quarterback, getting some momentum is constructive takeaway.
Imschweiler up the middle.
Not going to happen that way, though.
And the Darien line just collapsing there.
Seen it a lot today. Unable to get any running game going, Ward is.
Teddy Christensen, one of the captains, in on that play. Along with Cole Murphy. Cole Murphy, who does some work for DAF Media.
Eos again to Imschweiler.
Close to the 1.
Clock is running down here, a little less than 2 minutes remaining. And a 38-0 ball game.
I would just run a sneak with a tall, lanky quarterback and stick the ball right over the top. But these teams that run never under center, it's hard to do. Even on the half-yard line have your quarterback on the 5.
It's a
different kind of setup.
Yep.
Back to Imschweiler.
That's what can happen. I've never really understood having the ball on the half-yard line and going out of shotgun. I know that.
Yeah.
Something that gives my dad conniptions. Being an old-fashioned 3 yards in a cloud of dust guy. Yeah.
Looks like Darien is.
I think Fairfield called a timeout to try to get some satisfaction this morning.
They didn't go out of the shotgun in the ice bowl.
No, they didn't.
especially not inside the 5-yard line.
I don't think Coach Lombardi would have wanted to in a shotgun on the 1-yard line.
Well, we have a quick moment. Just want to thank you again, Tommy, for hopping on the broadcast. I know we'll do some more moving forward, and I know you enjoy it and love being around the game.
And again, you do a great job, Damien. You deserve a lot of credit. These boys, men and women, have a great opportunity to learn from you, and it's a really good thing you guys do. So congratulations.
Eos to the corner.
What a pick!
It's kind of been the way the day's gone. Fitting end.
Nothing going right as we take a look here. Eos tried to get that
Great
one to
defensive
McKenna.
play.
Tipped up. Looked like a semi one-handed grab there.
Let's take another look at that interception again. Great catch.
I think that was Ryan Blatney, maybe. Actually, oh no, we'll get a good look there. That was number 29, Luke Damel. Damel, another one of those names. He's got family connections to this football team. His older brother Austin played last year.
Darien going into the victory formation. Looks like it's a wrap.
And it looks like that will pretty much do it, besides one or two more kneel downs. And Tommy, what did you see from this Darien team today?
I think it was a great start. I think if you're Coach Forget, you got to be very happy. They executed well on both sides of the ball, and they were able to take advantage of the opportunities that were given to them by Fairfield, who looked like they were playing in their first game. You know, just made a few mistakes, and then once you get down by 3 or 4 scores, it's tough to come back. But all in all, I mean, just a great day, great opportunity to be out here. And I'm sure for all the people that have been home wishing they weren't home, this is great to see. So I give a lot of credit to the people that were able to get this done, and I wish the team's success for the balance of the year. And good health.
Ted, I'll let you lead us out, but quickly, our DAF Media production crew, Michael Mercine, Davis Depp, Mackenzie O'Shea, and of course Sarah Bogdan, our director, and our very own Ted Brennan.
So yeah, thank you, Damien. That'll do it here for the DAF Media Network. A 38-0 score for Darien against a Fairfield team. We will see you next time. I'm Ted Brennan, signing off.
I'm proud of the work the Darien Foundation has done over the past 20 years. If you live here, our work has likely impacted you, your family, and your neighbors. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4.2 million in grants, which create opportunity for Darien's youth, support our town's safety and security services, and enhance the overall quality of life in Darien through collaboration with community organizations.
As a family that's relatively new to town and planning to make this our long-term home, I'm grateful to see my community and my family benefit from the Darien Foundation. When I learned that the edible gardens at the elementary schools, the generator at the Darien Library, and the playground by the Sound were all funded by the same organization, I raised my hand to get involved. I'm proud to support an organization whose impact I see every day in our schools and throughout our community.
So far this year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $138,000 in grants to enhance our community. In 2013, the Darien Community Association opened a 4-acre bird sanctuary thanks to a grant from the Darien Foundation. The serene wooded glade has attracted numerous birds, bees, and butterflies, as well as more than 200 school children and other visitors. This year, they added a new pondless waterfall, as well as more trees, plantings, signage, and benches.